gut was not working, hormones really imbalanced, and I was lacking so many nutrients. It took me 9 to 12 months and I cleared my skin naturally.
What is another mistake that you did throughout your journey of healing your skin?
Steroid creams for eczema. People think that acne can be caused by poor skin hygiene. That's not the case. If you're over cleansing your skin, that could be better for you, but essentially what you're doing is disrupting the skin barrier. Make sure that you get to the bottom and look internally. Of course, externally is important, but you have to get to the root cause internally.
I remember back then the solution for us women doesn't matter if you had like acne or bloating or have birth pill.
It's funny because people might come to me and say, I've got acne or I've got eczema or I've got psoriasis. So when I do a consultation, go deeper into different systems. So many things are not working. I see people all the time who skip meals or they're doing intermittent fasting, for example. Now that can be good for some people, but if there is a hormonal element there that's missing, it's going to impact their skin.
Hello everyone, welcome back to WellSome. In today's episode, we are talking about one of the main organs which actually drives basically our overall health, which is our gut. And not only that, but I have with me a nutritionist specialized in gut health, skin issues, and hormone health. Ayesha, welcome to WellSome.
Thank you for having me.
The reason why I invited Ayesha is because in this specific episode, we're not only talking about gut health and the importance of gut health, but we're talking about how gut health can actually impact your overall skin. And I know, especially for us women, our skin is important when it comes to our confidence, when it comes to our overall appearance. So today, Ayesha is going to tell us exactly how we can actually take care of our gut, not only for overall health, but for our skin. Ayesha, welcome to WellSome.
Thank you.
So first thing first, it's not new, especially here on WellSome. We talk so many times about the importance of gut health. This is, I feel, a topic that is very close to my heart because I was a gut specialist myself. But I want you to tell me again and to reinforce this concept, why gut health is so important for us.
So having a good gut health is having a good microbiome. So having enough good bacteria, having healthy digestion, but also having a strong immune function because your immune system's 70% of it is in the gut. So you want to make sure that if you've got digestion working, immune function working, you're more likely to absorb nutrients better.
Yeah.
And then also you want to understand that with the gut, it's connected to different organs as well. So the brain, the skin, hormones. So when you lay the foundations and you make sure that your gut is strong and it's working optimally, then everything else will start to work as it should.
That's so interesting. And as I said before, I think we overestimate how important our gut health is for overall. I cannot even think about one organ that is not affected by our gut.
It's all connected up. Everything is connected.
Everything is connected.
Yes.
But in today's podcast, we want to focus more a little bit on the skin aspect. So there's something called skin axis, which is like I would say a concept that explains the reason why the gut is connected to our skin. Can you please explain me a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So the gut-skin axis is basically where for example, what happens on the inside is reflecting externally. Now, if you're prone to skin conditions like myself, I had skin problems.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was more prone to breaking out, having acne or eczema. So I knew that the elimination aspect of it is going to take place on the skin. So I understood about the inflammation in the gut. So if your gut lining is inflamed, it's going to show up on the skin. But also if you've got dysbiosis, which is where you've got, like, for example, more pathogenic overgrowth and less beneficial bacteria, that's also going to create a dysbiosis, which is an imbalance. That's also going to show up on the skin as well.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, if you're more prone to breaking out, it's going to reflect that way because the gut is the foundation. And we have to make sure that we're focusing on different parts of the gut to make sure that the skin's in good condition.
What actually makes our gut out of balance? What actually affects our gut? and by consequence, even our skin?
So it depends. Like I do functional testing. So when you do a comprehensive stool analysis, you can actually see what's happening in the gut. Different functions like digestion is a big part. You want to look at things like the bacterial levels in the gut. Can go on for hours talking about testing, but and then just using that evidence, we then put it together and make sure we can see what's happening, connect it up, and then explain why it's happening, and then that's how you can combat what's going on with the skin.
What are actually the main root causes that you see in people that they're always misunderstanding when it comes to gut health?
So, for acne?
For I would say from like what do we need in order to have like a great gut like health, and what do we do wrong to have like a dysbiosis or
So you could be having processed food, for example, refined sugars, refined foods. And the thing is as well, like I see a lot of people who have blood sugar imbalances. That's a key part of skin. And it's all about what you put inside, what are you eating. And if the diet's not got enough fiber, protein, vegetables, fruit even, and things are not optimal and you're not eating the right foods, it's going to impact your blood sugars, because what's happening is that you want to be having slow release energy rather than having these spikes constantly. And again, like I see people all the time who skip meals or they're doing intermittent fasting, for example. Now that can be good for some people, but if there is a hormonal element there that's missing and it's not working.
Especially for women can be.
Exactly, it's going to impact their skin overall.
What are actually the main, and I think this topic is so close to our, I would say, female, like our girls in the community, because I think all of us, maybe once in a lifetime, we suffer from skin issues. So what are actually the main issues that you see that they're coming from gut health?
Like in terms of conditions?
Yes.
So acne is a big one. See that all the time, from teenagers to even to people who are in menopause, and then obviously people of in 30s. It can come out from stress, people who don't sleep very well. I also see eczema a lot of the time, and I actually work with babies and toddlers up to adults, because with babies as well, a lot of it can be genetic predisposition. They've taken antibiotics at birth, or the mother's taken antibiotics at birth, and that's going to impact the skin, because it's going to deplete your beneficial bacteria in the gut as well. Psoriasis is a big one, and sometimes rosacea.
What are actually the main point that you see, the main pattern that you see in your clients that they're suffering from acne? Where is it coming from? Because, we have so many quick fixes for acne, and I'm sure even like you're familiar with so many products that everyone is mentioning about acne, but are they really working? Or this is just a plaster?
It's exactly it's a plaster. So the thing is that people buy expensive products and they want to go out of their way and thinking that the more expensive it is, the better it is for you. But that's not how it works, because people think that acne can be caused by poor skin hygiene. That's not the case. And also, if you're over cleansing your skin, that could be better for you. But essentially what you're doing is disrupting the skin barrier. And then you could be putting all the acids on your skin, which is actually going to cause and worsen inflammation if you already are inflamed. So the idea is to make sure that you get to the bottom and look internally. Of course, externally is important, but you have to get to the root cause internally. And that's why I also go down the route, as I mentioned, of functional testing to get to the bottom of what's happening.
What are the main root causes that you see in your clients that they're having acne?
So I touched on blood sugar, big one. Another big thing is poor detoxification pathways. So liver is very important. Your liver is your detox organ. So if you're not supporting that the right way, you're going to be, and you're prone to elimination. You've got 3 different pathways. If they're not supported, you're more than likely to be, having skin conditions. And then also as well, when you sleep at nighttime, in Chinese medicine as well, your liver's repairing between 2 to 4 a.m. So if you're not sleeping well, it's going to impact your liver.
Oh,
and then it's like a vicious cycle.
Interesting. And for example, you said that it's a matter of detoxification and it's a matter of blood sugar.
Blood sugar, yes.
Guide me through a little bit more in detail about these two main points.
So the blood sugar, as I mentioned, it's so important to be making sure that protein is consumed with every meal because that's going to keep you fuller. And the idea is to be full, not to be eating white breads or white pasta, things like that. You can make healthier options by having brown bread or brown rice, for example, and just making sure that you're getting the right nutrients in your diet, because zinc and omega-3, for example, are all very important for our skin and repair and healing of the skin.
Yeah. And if let's say I'm a girl, I'm a teenager and I'm suffering from acne, I'm sure that sometimes it really affects your confidence when you have not a pure, clear skin, especially now in an era where on social media people put so many filters and it seems that everyone looks perfect. So how do you actually treat your client when they come to you and probably they're going to explain you that, they're suffering from these conditions and they want to get better? How do you take them through?
Yeah, of course. So I go step by step. So I look into, always start with the gut, of course. And I look at their digestion, very important. Are they passing a stool every day? So bowel habits are very important.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, and they have constipation, then the likelihood is that they're not going to be excreting toxins, excess hormones, for example. So everything starts to recirculate into the bloodstream. And it creates a problem over and over again. Because I speak to people all the time and they'll say to me, oh, I go to the toilet 3 times a week, and that becomes normal.
Oh, wow.
But it's not. You need to be having a bowel movement once a day.
Yeah.
The other thing I look at is their diet quality. What are they consuming? Go through each and every food group, making sure that they're having enough of each foods.
Yeah.
Of course, lifestyle tips and management of stress and sleep, as we touched on before, very important. And nutrients, making sure that they have enough and they're not lacking anything. But of course, it goes down to the idea of looking at every system of the body as well.
Of course.
Everything is connected.
What is the difference between eczema and acne? How does they show up?
So eczema is immune mediated. So it works with your immune system. So as I mentioned, 70% of your immune system's in the gut. So when I work with anyone with eczema, even from a baby to an adult, I always start with stool testing. Yeah. Because I know that the gut's definitely something's going to be imbalanced there in some way. So I see things that a lot of the time is low beneficial bacteria. Now, one of the key strains is lactobacillus. That's a key strain for eczema. And also, I do see quite a lot is poor gut barrier function. So you probably heard about leaky gut, you know, where you've got an inflamed gut lining.
Yes.
So what happens is people could be eating all these food and saying to me, oh, I think I've got an intolerance to dairy or to gluten. And the key is that when that happens, it's because the gut barrier is poor, it's weak. So you can have an overactive immune response. You could also be having an underactive. So overactive is where you're literally... You're inflamed, you're constantly eliminating.
Bloated,
But you could be underactive where you're constantly prone to colds, your immune system's low, you're prone to infections. So that's going to impact your skin in general.
Interesting.
So acne is different because it's more of an inflammatory condition.
So eczema is more connected to the immune system, while acne is an inflammation, and probably it's connected to, because when you have acne, you're very oily.
Yes, I had acne and eczema, by the way.
Oh, that's why you started.
That's why I got into doing this.
Tell me more about your journey then.
So my journey was, so when I had, growing up, eczema was a big, all the time on my hands, on my wrist, on my eyes. I was always puffy.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of hay fever. So I knew that the immune system was not working how it should.
Yeah.
Then as I got into my teens, acne came around. It wasn't as bad, but I got it more in my 20s. Then I'd go to the GP, dermatologist. They gave me antibiotics. They gave me the oral contraceptive pill. And I thought, oh, this is great. My skin's cleared up, you know, perfect. But not realizing it was damaging more internally.
Yeah.
So I studied nutrition, and then I thought, no, there has to be a way out of this.
Yeah.
And then I thought, let me try it. Let me be the guinea pig. Let me see how it actually works.
Yeah.
So I did all the testing, stool testing, hormone testing. I wanted to understand more about my nutrients. Am I metabolizing them? So I did them all.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out what was wrong. My gut was not working. Hormones were not really imbalanced. And I was lacking so many nutrients because the pill depletes you as well.
Yeah.
And then it took me 9 to 12 months, and I cleared my skin naturally without medications.
Wow. What is the biggest misconception around the birth pill?
The misconception about the birth pill is, yeah, it does the job, but you're right, because it's all synthetic hormones, people think taking the pill, your skin's going to clear up. I did that, but I went from one pill to another. But it actually damaged. I mentally, I became really, really low.
Wow.
Because it was affecting my mental health, and then my body exploded in size. It just couldn't fit into my clothes properly. So yeah, it's a contraceptive pill for the purpose of what it is. Yeah. And I know that I took it for my skin, but if I had to look back now, I wish I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I never knew that there was an actual route to go down naturally to do things. And now it's become a lifestyle change for me. It's a game changer.
Yeah, I think now people are realizing slowly that the birth pill is not the solution to everything. Exactly. That's why I ask you, because I remember back then, many years ago, when there were still no research about hormones, about gut, what no one was talking about gut health.
No.
And I remember back then that the solution for us women doesn't matter if you had like acne or bloating or whatever, birth pill. Which is very shocking to me if I think about it now, because it does the job to maybe like...
It's just a quick fix.
It's just a quick fix.
That's all it is. And I went through that. I can actually say I did that.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, no, because the problem with it is that you take it, and when you stop it, acne comes back again.
Yeah.
And it comes back worse than what it was the previous time. That's exactly how I did it.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, no, it's not the answer.
What is maybe another mistake that you did throughout your journey of healing your skin that you would never repeat again?
Steroid creams for eczema. Yeah.
Steroid creams?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What is it? It sounds terrible already to me, but tell me.
Like using, like hydrocortisone, because it's going to manage the skin.
Yeah.
It suppresses and calms like the itchiness down, but
so for eczema.
For eczema.
Yeah.
But I did have it on my face as well. But you've got to be careful on the eyes, putting steroid cream. So I kind of managed that. But my hands were really bad. I couldn't even cook in the kitchen.
Wow.
But the doctors were like, no, take this cream. And then they would slowly start to increase different creams according to the strength of the steroid.
Yeah.
But then that eventually can lead to topical steroid withdrawal in some people.
Wow.
But I was lucky enough not to go to that extent.
Yeah.
But that's something, again, if I would have known more, I would never have used it.
Wow.
Because again, it boils down to looking at the inside.
Yeah.
Looking at the internal aspect of it, seeing what's going on in all areas of your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does actually work that way better.
How did your life change after you realized that everything was coming from your gut?
It opened my eyes so much. I had to make so many changes to my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I made lots of changes to my diet. But you know what? I enjoyed it because once I started to see things changing, I would never look back now.
Yeah. Is there a specific food or types of food that are actually promoting a great skin health?
I would say zinc-rich foods, very important, like pumpkin seeds, oysters. Foods that are rich in zinc are very, very important.
Yeah.
Healthy fats, really important, like your omega-3s.
Yeah.
So your oily fishes, nuts and seeds, avocado definitely is a must.
Yeah.
I would say vitamin A rich foods, so things that are like orange coloured fruits and veg, like butternut squash, pumpkin, and polyphenols is a very, very big one. And just to go down onto polyphenols actually a little bit is when I do stool testing, there's a certain marker in the stool test that's called akkermansia. Now that's responsible for gut lining integrity. And I see that with people who don't even have one.
Yeah.
And the way to boost that Akkermansia bacteria is by putting polyphenol-rich foods. So when I give my recommendations, I only go off data.
Yeah.
I just don't guess.
You were talking about this functional testing. How does it work and what it is for people that maybe they're curious and now they're thinking, wow, maybe I should really get tested. What is it exactly?
So it's a test that you can do from the comfort of your own home. The kit comes to you. Obviously, I would arrange that for the person who wants to do the test. If it was a stool sample, you would take a stool sample at home, collect it, put it into the tubes that is provided, and then you ship it back to the lab. Then it goes to America for analysis.
Okay.
So it takes about two and a half weeks to get analyzed.
And it tells you exactly also your intolerances, your gut lining and everything.
Gut lining, inflammation, parasites are a big one. So parasites infection in stool testing, digestive function, absorption, and also things like short chain fatty acids are very important because they are the colon. They line your colon cells. So not a lot of people who have enough fiber, they will be lacking short chain fatty acids.
Interesting. And Ayesha, a lot of women, they suffering from bloating, and this is something that is it's affecting our confidence. What's your number one recommendation as a gut specialist to avoid bloating?
To avoid bloating, so people think bloating is a diagnosis, but it's actually a symptom. Now, this whole thing of IBS, that's a big umbrella term, but everyone thinks they have IBS. You probably know yourself. It's one of those things that I've always spoken about. Bloating falls beneath the idea of IBS. And with IBS, with bloating, the thing is that people, again, constipation's a big thing. If you're not passing a stool every day, that could be linking to your bloating. You might have low progesterone. That could also be impacting bloating as well. And a big thing I do see a lot is people don't realise the stomach acid levels they don't have much. So if you don't have stomach acid, you can't be digesting and breaking down your nutrients. So essentially, how is it going to function in terms of going to the toilet, passing a bowel movement? It's all connected up that way.
And this is something that you see in the functional test that you prescribe to clients.
Yes. And people can also have gas-producing bacteria, which can lead to an element of SIBO. So, which is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. There's so many things you can see why people are bloated. But even so, if someone is so stressed out, the gut-brain connection comes into play, because if they're not eating in a relaxed state, a relaxed environment, they're not going to be digesting well. So it's just a constant cycle.
Because at the end of the day, now we're talking about nutrition. We're talking about like what you have to eat in order to create a good microbiome.
Yes.
But you said something so true, that it also depends on your mental state.
It does.
Tell me more about this.
So I see people who are also on overdrive all the time. They're always stressed, literally always stressed out. And I've gone through stress myself in my life, where I feel like I'm always like trying to now relax. Chewing your food is so important. We just sometimes in a rush, we're like, oh, quickly eat, I'm starving. And then you don't realize you're not getting the benefit of what you're eating.
You don't even, sometimes I catch myself eating maybe very fast because I either have a meeting or I'm on the go or I have to fit my schedule. I don't even taste the food.
But the key is that not a lot of people know this, but digestion starts in the mouth. It actually starts in the mouth, not in the stomach. So you've got to create the juices, the saliva, everything. That's why chewing your food at least 20 times per bite. It sounds like it's a chore in the mind, but once you do it, you're actually helping your gut better, because you're speeding up the process.
So is there any other skin issues that you saw in your clients that really they came from a very disrupted gut?
Psoriasis. Now, psoriasis is autoimmune as well. Now, that goes back to talking about immune system, location, gut as well.
What's the difference between eczema and psoriasis?
So some of it can be a bit, you can get confused by both, but But psoriasis it's very red, it's more scaly.
Yeah.
They tend to be quite big patches, and a lot of people can get it on the scalp as well. Whereas eczema is more of a dermatitis, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
But it can be misconstrued as to if someone got
Yeah.
eczema or psoriasis, it just depends. But
Yeah. Are they coming out from the same root causes, which are inflammation and dysbiosis, or they come from two different root causes?
it depends on the client. It depends because lots of different root causes, even as I mentioned, the gut's obviously the key with psoriasis, but it could also be like people could be using wrong products on their skin.
Yeah.
Topically could also be affecting what's happening.
Yeah.
And also nutrient deficiencies, big one.
Based on your experience, I'm sure that you saw on yourself and on your clients that they were actually taking a lot of like products, and maybe they were over abusing like a specific skin product because of the acne, or maybe they had like a crazy skincare routine. What is actually like a good skincare routine to maintain in order for the acne, the eczema, and the psoriasis to be under control?
So I would say hydration is very important. And I also believe that things like hyaluronic acid is quite important to hydrate the skin on the outside.
Yeah.
And I also believe highly in ceramides, because ceramides help to repair the skin barrier.
Yeah.
And if someone's skin barrier is constantly, like people think using acids is like the way forward to getting rid of, because what's happening is if they're oily, for example, they think that stripping the oil is going to help their skin.
Yeah.
But that's causing more acne.
Yeah.
Because the sebum production behind the skin, your body's trying to create more oil to kind of restore what's been taken off when you're over cleansing, for example, if that makes sense.
So probably we can definitely tell that a lot of people, they're actually I would say overuse and overinvest in creams without really getting into the root cause.
The root cause comes down to the internal aspect of it, and that's why the functional testing, in fact, it stops all the guessing.
Yeah.
My phrase is test, don't guess.
Yes.
Literally. And that's how I help people.
Yeah.
Because they've come to me in a desperate situation. They want answers. They want to know what's happening. And they also have an idea that something's going on. So it's funny because people might come to me and say, I've got acne, or I've got eczema, or I've got psoriasis. So when I do a consultation, go deeper into different systems, so many things are not working.
Yeah.
And that is why the visual condition, it gets put to the side, because we want to work on all the other areas in the body.
Yeah. And you're also like a hormone specialist. What are actually the hormones that as women we should look at if we really want to maintain a good gut/skin health?
So estrogen and progesterone are the key ones. I see a lot of people from doing the Dutch test, they have low progesterone and high estrogen.
Why is it so? Is it environmental? Is it lifestyle?
Environmental, lifestyle, endocrine disruptors are a big thing. You can find them in skin products, in your household products. You don't know how many, makeup even, but how it's also like you can go so clean as well. It's you've got to find a balance as well. But the other thing is that people have estrogen dominance as well, where the estrogen is higher in comparison to the progesterone, and that's not good, because then also what happens is the liver can't also metabolize that estrogen, because if the pathways are also blocked, that estrogen's not getting metabolized how it should be.
Yeah. Do you believe in juice cleansing when it comes to detoxify your liver?
No, I don't. I don't believe in juice cleansers, no.
Yeah.
It's not something I would do or recommend my clients to do.
Yeah.
No.
So
I'd rather eat whole greens and vegetables with the fiber.
What's the number one advice that you would give to your client to actually help the detoxification of the liver?
I would say I would say in terms of nutrients or in terms of...
Yeah, maybe like a remedy or like a food that really supports liver detoxification.
Yeah, I would say turmeric is quite good. It helps to work on a certain pathway in the liver, which obviously the active component is curcumin.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure that you've got enough pepper, oil, obviously to absorb that curcumin.
Yeah.
I also believe a lot in green tea.
Yeah.
Because the element of, and it has matches a big craze,
Yeah.
you know, but it has to be good quality green tea.
Yeah.
Herbal teas I also use a lot anyway with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ask you about the detoxification part of the liver because like I see so many people doing like this crazy juices, the skin juice and the skin boost, blah, blah, blah. They're drinking juices all the time. And then I wonder, like, it seems that you're doing only juicing all the time when actually the formula is way easier.
Yeah, you know, like, it's funny you say that because I, being an Indian household myself, my mum brought us up on lemon water in the morning.
Yeah.
That's a very good way to kickstart the liver.
Yeah.
And it's just lemon, half a lemon with warm water and a bit of ginger.
Yeah.
So that combination is so good for cleansing the liver. It's a tea, it's a water.
Yeah.
It's not really a juice, but it's very, very
So
effective.
it's basically hot water and lemon squeeze juice?
Yes. Yeah. It can be a bit tangy in the morning.
Yeah.
But honestly, it kickstarts. But it's not just the liver as well. It can kickstart your bowel movements as well. Yeah. So anyone that suffers with constipation, it's also a very good way to start the morning.
Do you have some great results or like a story that you want to share from your client that maybe came to you a bit desperate, I would say, with her skin conditions, or maybe she didn't feel as confident, but you helped her to clear out everything that she has to clear out, and now she's just glowing.
Yeah, I did. I recently worked with a lady in London. She had chronic eczema, suffering for years with eczema, and she had it like really, really inflamed on her hands, her arms, her face as well. And she had a bit of hyperpigmentation, so it looked worse than also what it actually was. So we started off with her gut. We looked into her gut. We did a stool test. We saw what was happening. And again, I addressed what the imbalances were, changed her diet up. And I also put the correct supplements that she needed alongside all of that.
Yeah.
So for the first 6 weeks, it was a little bit restrictive. But then she got into the swing of things.
Yeah.
It helped. And then moving past that, I did a urine test.
Yeah.
So that again looks at your nutrients, what are you lacking, body processes. So I call it like an MOT of the body kind of thing. And it looks at all your organic acids as well. So each organic acid is responsible for different nutrients. So your B vitamins, your antioxidants, your minerals, etc. And fats as well.
Yeah.
And then I did a hormone test with her because I wanted to see every aspect.
Yeah.
And her hormones were actually the main driver for her eczema.
Wow.
It wasn't just the gut.
How many months did she take to get back to?
So from the start to finish, 6 months.
Yes, I would say that you need a little bit, you need time to just reset, I would say.
Because it wasn't, like she came to me and we were like, oh, we'll just start with the gut, but it wasn't enough to combat what was actually the problem. Mm-hmm. So she was very much interested in doing more testing. Mm-hmm. So the more that we could actually do, the bigger the picture we would get. Mm-hmm. And more answers we would get. And that's how I made and connected it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. On a very holistic approach.
Yes.
Are there any specific supplements that we can take on a daily basis to support our skin health?
I would say omega-3, very important, because our bodies don't make it. And how much fish and stuff can we get? It has to, the quality, if it's farmed, etc., isn't always amazing. But I would say omega-3 is important, unless you don't have an allergy, of course, to fish. I would say L-glutamine is very good. But again, I only give supplements depending on what evidence is showing from the reports. L-glutamine, yes. And also Saccharomyces boulardii. I do give that quite a lot to people, yes.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a probiotic yeast.
Yeah.
So it has different benefits. If someone has dysbiosis, it helps to crowd out the bacteria and any pathogens.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then also if someone has a suppressed immune function in the gut, it helps to rebuild it.
Yeah.
So it has different functions, so it works in a lot of ways, and it does well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think there are so many people with gut issues nowadays?
I think it can come down to lots of different issues, honestly. Like environmentally, there could be issues.
Yeah.
They could be having processed, ultra processed foods, packaged foods, eating out all the time, alcohol.
Yeah.
All these things aren't going to help.
Yeah.
Sugars.
I think also, especially for us in Dubai,
Yeah.
deliveries a lot.
Oh my God, food takeouts. We've all done it,
Yeah.
But once in a blue moon's good. But it's, that you can't beat when you're cooking your own food. You know what you're using. Oils, such a big thing.
Yeah.
What are they cooking in? You don't even know what half the stuff they're using.
Yeah.
So I think it's just having that awareness and making the right choices. It's important.
Ayesha's last question I want to ask you. Imagine that I come to you and I ask you, Ayesha, you have to tell me what is the ideal lifestyle from food, from movement, from lifestyle in general, from supplements that I need in order to have the best skin ever. Guide me through from morning to night and just take me through like the ideal lifestyle that I have to get in order to have the perfect skin.
So wake up in the morning. Don't try to have a good sleep routine. Sleep is so important for repair, as I mentioned earlier. If you don't have a good sleep, it's going to impact the rest of your day.
Yeah.
The thing is that when you wake up in the morning, try to wake up early. Try to get sunlight exposure in the morning. That's very good for vitamin D.
Yeah.
Because that time in the morning isn't going to burn you. It's actually beneficial for you. Also, have lemon water in the morning. Great way to kickstart your liver and your bowel movements. And then try to have a protein-rich breakfast, I'd want to say, because that's going to stabilize blood sugar through the day. And then what I do suggest is that if someone who has high stress in their life or who is constantly on the go and needs things to relax, do some mindful movement like Pilates or yoga, things like that are going to calm you rather than doing running constantly and cardio that's going to constantly elevate your cortisol levels. You don't want that.
Yeah.
And then lunch, again, trying to prioritize protein and fiber with every meal. So important, because fiber you'll get from your vegetables and your fruits as well. And try to eat the fruit as a whole instead of juicing all the time.
Do you believe in bone broth?
I do believe in bone broth, but there is some conflicting information about bone broth because if someone's having bone broth and has an issue with histamine breakdown, that's an issue because bone broth, obviously they've been simmered for 24 hours. Histamine content is super high in bone broth. Now the idea is of someone who's got a histamine problem, which I do see quite a lot with skin conditions, you want to avoid bone broth. Or if you have to have it, don't simmer the bones for more than 2 hours. That's all you need.
Interesting. And now there's this overall trend about olive oil shots with lemon.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that as well.
What do you think?
I've never tried it, to be honest, but I probably stick with my old style of lemon water in the morning.
Yeah.
And even apple cider vinegar is a big thing as well.
Yeah.
Which can also create good things for people, but it's not always best for everyone.
You said something very interesting along the way that you said that don't overstimulate your body and put your body under so much stress in the morning for the cortisol. How much cortisol can impact actually your skin?
So when you do a Dutch test, you can see cortisol levels through the morning and the evening.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen people who wake up in the morning with high cortisol, or they've woken up. So you are supposed to have cortisol.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing overall, but it's how your body metabolizes it through the day.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it should be a bit raised in the morning and it should be lower in the evening because we're going to bed. We want to wind down. We want to be able to fall asleep. We don't want to be stressed out all the time,
Yeah.
So that's when, if someone is noticing patterns of that, I would say cardio, you need to do it once a week, but I'd say once a week is enough.
Yeah.
And try and focus on things that are more like resistance training.
Yeah.
It's better for your hormones.
Yeah.
Especially for women as well.
Yeah. Ayesha, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
If someone wants to work with you and wants to seek for help when it comes to gut issues and skin health, where people can find you?
So I have an Instagram page.
Yeah.
They can book a free discovery call with myself. I'm happy to guide them with the process.
Yeah.
And they can just reach out to me on a DM or my number on Instagram as well, or by email.
Yeah. Amazing. What is the profile, the Instagram profile?
It's Nutrition by Ayesha.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Viky, for having me.
Guys, if you have any question for Ayesha, please let us know in the comment. She's going to be super happy to reply to any skin question that you have. And I'm going to see you on the next